Hi, this is Travis Macy of Team Merrell, coming to you today with a few tips about the best ways to maintain motivation on days like this. Here we are, top of Evergreen Mountain here in beautiful Evergreen, Colorado, about 9,000 feet. What's behind me here is usually a gorgeous view of Mount Evans, but you can see today it's overcast. There's a storm on the way. It's cold, it's a little bit miserable. It's not exactly the most fun time to get out and get after it. As winter approaches, as the days get shorter, as workloads become heavier and things with family are going on for the holidays, it often becomes more and more challenging to stay motivated and to make time to get out and stay dedicated to your sports. Here's a few tips that have helped me to stay motivated during these kind of times. The first tip is to make training, as much as you can, some kind of a group activity. If you have someone who you make a plan to go out and train with, maybe it's a spouse, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a teammate, maybe it's a son or daughter, whoever it is, if you have a plan to go out and get out there with someone, odds are that you're not going to wimp out when it comes time to get out the door. Just this weekend, I was feeling a little unmotivated, didn't know if I was going to get out on the bike or not, got in touch with a friend, the schedule was matched up, we got out and we hammered on each other for 2.5 hours, got in a lot of vertical there, and it ended up being a great ride. So anytime you can incorporate someone else, I think that can just really help with the motivation. Tip number 2 is to vary your training. If you're going out and you're doing the exact same run or the exact same bike ride or the exact same whatever on any given day, day after day, it's probably going to become a little bit monotonous. One thing that I often shoot for, if I'm going to do 4 workouts a week in a given sport, so let's say in 1 week I've got 4 bike rides, 4 runs, and 4 swims or paddles or whatever, I try to make each of those 4 workouts have a specific purpose. So out of the 4, you might have one that's a distance workout, so like a long run or a long bike ride. The next one might be some kind of an interval or high-end aerobic sort of workout. The third one could be a skills-oriented workout. So if you're looking at running, maybe it's you're going to a technical trail and working on your foot speed downhill, or maybe for biking you're working on technique on road corners or technique climbing switchbacks on the mountain bike, something like that kind of keeps it a little fresh. And then finally, the 4th workout is your easier recovery workout. Make sure that you're giving yourself time to go out there and do a workout that you just enjoy. You're not pushing the pace. You're probably not even looking at your watch. You're just kind of going out there and having a good time. If you have those 4 workouts throughout a week or a couple of weeks or whatever your schedule is, you'll find that it keeps things a little bit fresh because it's not quite as monotonous. And then finally, tip number 3, when it comes to hard times in the winter, staying motivated, for me it really just comes down to true grit. It's as simple as that. Something that helps for me is the idea of not giving myself a choice when it's time to do a workout. So let's say I'm planning on getting up early and I'm going to go for a run before work. When it comes time before work, when the alarm clock's going off, no one feels like getting up and out of bed and going, but if you've decided ahead of time that you don't have the choice to hit the alarm and keep sleeping, then you don't have to worry about it. You get up and you just go do it. So that idea of just committing to something, making the choice to give up choice, really makes it a lot easier. We've all had those times where you pout around for 2 hours wondering if you're going to go for a run, and pretty soon you've spent more time worrying about it than you would actually in the run itself. So just giving up that choice and getting out and getting after it, that really keeps it going. Also, finally, final 2 cents, make sure you're dressed right. Many people overdress in the wintertime. They start out in whatever feels comfortable when they're standing there, and they find out 10 or 15 minutes later they're cooking to death, they're sweating, and then 5 minutes after that they've gone downhill and they're freezing because they're soaking wet. So think about how you're going to feel once you're out there, not how you are at that time. Or if you need to, take the time to take off layers, those kind of things. Dressing right will make a huge difference in your success this winter. Thanks for listening in. Travis Macy with Team Merrell from top of Evergreen Mountain.